Hi Mean 40 friends, it's Anita again, simplifying Korean skincare for busy people. Thanks for tuning in. Today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite sunscreens, and I had made a video back in 2021 about my favorites, and this year I tried a bunch of new ones because there's been some reformulations, and I've narrowed it down to 3 of my favorites so far. So I wanted to show you these, as well a bonus tip at the end of this video showing you how to reapply your sunscreen over your makeup in a really clean and easy way. Like most people in their 40s, I myself at 42 have become really absorbed in reading about skincare, and I'm really selective about what I choose to purchase for my skin, as well as things that I consume and I eat. I think our standards are a little bit higher, and so the 3 criteria that I use to evaluate my sunscreens are pretty much the same as last year. One, whether or not it's effective in helping to prevent hyperpigmentation. As you all know, my journey about erasing dark spots, acne scars, and sunspots, and then also preventing them, really stems from the correct sunscreen that I pick. There's so many effective ones out there. So the second criteria that I look at is the comfort level. I want to take a look at the textures and recommend only those ones that are not sticky and not greasy, because I know that if those 2 things are present, it deters me from even picking up the sunscreen bottle. And the whole point is to encourage daily use. The 3rd criteria is the quality of ingredients. I prefer mineral-based sunscreens just because of the research that has been done that chemical sunscreens absorbed in the bloodstream for a long period of time could be harmful to our bodies and also the coral reefs. So the mineral-based sunscreen is my first basis of selecting ingredients, and then in addition to that, I want to see that the sunscreen acts as a skincare component, so it has other ingredients to help with anti-aging or hydration, which are 2 of my primary skincare concerns. And then one new thing that I thought about this year as I was shopping for sunscreen is how the brands reacted to the 2020 sunscreen SPF scandal. So because I had so many thoughts around that, I created a separate video, which I will release after this one, talking about how that impacted my purchasing decisions. So these are my 3 picks for 2022, and I've used these quite a bit. I alternate between them because the benefits are all different. I'll start with this one, which is the most affordable price point. It's called the Etude House Sunprise Mild Airy Finish. This is one that I've seen a lot in social media, so it really piqued my interest because of the very low price point for 50 milliliters. This is very surprising to have an SPF of 50 and a PA of 3+ signs. So it does block the UVA as well as the UVB rays. So the UVA are the ones responsible for aging, and that's the PA pluses, and then the SPF blocks the UVB, which is responsible for burning of the skin. I was really pleased with this one. I did note that amongst the ingredients list, alcohol and fragrances are contained. So if you do have sensitive skin, you might want to be careful about using this product. Really test it first. Little bottle, it promises that it's not sticky. So I will show the texture on my hand. When you see it coming out of the bottle, you can see that it is fairly liquid. It doesn't run down, so it's not a runny substance. So it's definitely an essence texture. And then I'm gonna put some more on so you can see. When I test it on my hand, you can see that it absorbs pretty well. It doesn't leave a white cast, and it's very clean to the finish. I was really pleased to see that this contained mineral-based ingredients like zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is the 3rd ingredient, and then it also contains 20 different plant extracts. And I'm a fan of plant-based products. I'm not a vegan, but this definitely is one that when I saw the list of all the plant extracts, I was pleasantly surprised. I think that this is really great for people who have oily skin because it does really mattify. There's no shine at all. So you might really enjoy this one. It's not greasy at all. and it's great for under makeup. I tested it and my makeup doesn't pill. So I'm actually wearing it on this side of my face today. The brand itself, Etude House, I mean, they're known for their cute packaging, and this is no exception. It's adorable. The colors are just so aesthetically pleasing. It just reminds you of summer. Also, the company itself was acquired by Amore Pacific. Amore Pacific is a large cosmetic and skincare company in Korea, probably one of the largest, and they have an excellent reputation. So I trust any brand that is affiliated or related or manufactured by Amore Pacific. This sunscreen is manufactured by a company called Komar Cosmetics in Korea, and they are one of the manufacturers that are known for sunscreens. So similarly to like when you make any purchasing decisions like a car or an electrical appliance, you tend to look for those with superior engineering, the best quality ingredients, and also the skilled and expertise of the staff and leadership. So Amore Pacific is like that in the Korean cosmetic world. The next sunscreen that I've been wearing for 2022 is Rovectin. And this is a brand, this is actually the first skincare product that I've tried from this brand, but it's really well known. They're well known for their toners and their cleansing oil and their cleansing foam. So let's give this one a try. I'll demo it on the opposite hand. You can see that the texture is not as watery, but this is a tone-up version of their sunscreen, meaning that it helps maintain the appearance of healthy skin and glow without it being makeup. So it's just very, very sheer and light coverage. This has an SPF of 50 and 4 PA pluses, meaning that it effectively blocks the UVA rays, which are responsible for aging. So this is a really nice glow. It's not shiny. It's actually not dewy either, but it's just that little bit of the next level healthy look of the skin. I really love it because it absorbs so quickly. Like for a tone-up sunscreen, I think that it's not cakey at all. It can be worn under makeup or just on its own for that natural no makeup look. So this is the tone-up, and this is, I guess, better seen this way. So you can see the difference between a non-tone-up on this hand and a tone-up on this hand. It's just that next level glow. And I love that because when I go out for quick errands, I always remember my sunscreen, and I can get that nice even complexion without having to do layers and layers. I really liked the story behind this brand, and that it was created by a brother in thought of his sister who was going through chemotherapy, and he had wanted to create a skincare line to help restore her damaged skin. So her skin, as she was going through cancer treatments, was really dry, and he wanted to make sure that the ingredients were of high quality and also derived from nature. So this is a brand that really piqued my interest after listening to their story. The key ingredient behind this is zinc oxide, which is the second ingredient. And so it's a mineral-based sunscreen, which is great. So I was really pleased with this one. I thought that the texture was excellent. It's so lightweight and comfortable. And then at the same time, it has the mineral UV filters, which I love. And then the tone-up factor, which is a bonus. So one other thing to note is the level of moisture. So this one has completely absorbed into my skin, so it's matte. And then this one, I think you can still see a little bit of that dewiness, and it definitely does feel a lot more hydrating than this one does. So I would recommend the Rovectin for those with slightly dry skin, even in the summer. And then the Etude House Sunprise for those who have a little bit more of an oily complexion, either all year round or specifically in the summer. My third pick of sunscreens for 2022 is by RoundLab. This one is called 365 Derma Relief. And this one has very, very superior ingredients. So like the other two, it's mineral based, and zinc oxide is the second ingredient. It also contains titanium dioxide, which helps reach that SPF 50 plus, and it has 4 PA plus signs. So in terms of protection, it measures at one of the higher ends. I really love this one because of the company itself. It's a fairly new company that was started up in 2017, and they focus on just really protecting the skin from all the outside elements without overdoing it. So it's very simple, but also such good quality ingredients. The manufacturing of the sunscreen is done by Cosmax, which is a reputable manufacturer. And I love the fact that it's won so many beauty awards in Korea. In Korea beauty standards, like, there's so much competition and pressure. So the fact that it consistently keeps getting awards year by year is really impressive. It was also included in the review of someone who I respect in the beauty world. Her name is An In-suk, and she's the CEO of the Korean Institute for Dermatological Sciences. And so she conducts tests of skincare products that were manufactured in Korea. And she gave this one a very, very favorable rating after it was reformulated. I'm gonna do a texture test to show you. So I'll do it on this part. And already you can see it's a bit of a thicker cream. But when you blend it into the skin, it absorbs really well. It just absorbs so quickly for a sun cream of that kind of a texture. So it's not watery, it's more of the creamy side, but it just spreads so easily and absorbs onto my skin, and it feels hydrated. There are some extra skincare ingredients that are included. The first one is Centella asiatica. So like the name reveals, it's supposed to be relief for the skin. So you can get that through some of the natural herb and plant extracts. So the next one, which appears here, I won't even try to pronounce this one, but it's an Asian herb that is loaded and it's potent with antioxidants. So as a skincare ingredient, it can really help protect the barrier of the skin from being prone to wrinkles and other signs of aging. So I really love the fact that you can use it as a moisturizer as well. The herb itself can be ingested, so it can be eaten to cure some really serious ailments like pneumonia, hypertension, and hyperglycemia. So it's a really powerful plant, and I'm happy to see as part of the ingredients list of this product. So even though it's not a tone-up cream, I think that it does a really good job of evening out the skin tone, making it look really uniform. There are some blemishes on my arm, and I don't expect coverage from a sunscreen, but I do think it sets the right foundation for if I want to apply makeup over it. And I have done so. I've used it on this side of my face, and I find that it doesn't compromise the integrity of the makeup. So it doesn't peel off or move around. And because it's not oily, it actually helps keep the makeup on the face without overdoing it too much. So you get that nice, elegant finish. So these are my 3 recommendations. And as you can likely see, they're all different in terms of benefits. So to summarize, I think that this one is a really purse-friendly, wallet-friendly option for those people who like that matte finish and who tend to be a little oilier in the summer. Whereas if you're more sensitive and conscious about things being fragrance-free, these are really good options. Rovectin actually removed essential oils as part of their reformulation. And then this Derma Relief is a really good one if you are really conscious about certain irritants. This is free from all of that. And of course, none of them contain parabens. My final part of this video is how to reapply over makeup. The efficacy of sunscreen throughout the day, it does wear off, unfortunately. So if you are an early riser and you put it on right in the morning when you get up, I tend to apply a minimum once more in the afternoon But if I'm also out having dinner and staying out later, I would do it just before dinner, especially if I'm sitting outside on a patio. Our days are longer, so even at 8 o'clock, there's still some light. I like to be on the side of more sunscreen and protection than less. So what I do is, in my last year's video, I showed the cushion method, and so I still love that method. But now that we carry around hand sanitizers all the time, if you don't want to carry around an extra makeup thing, and cushions can be pretty bulky, if you just want to carry around the bottle itself, which is tiny, and just slip it in your purse, you can. This is a hand sanitizer that my sister personally made. So I sanitize my hands, and this time I want to sanitize the backs of the hands too, because this is my tip. Generally, the backs of our hands are very dry, but they're also exposed to the sun. A lot of the signs of aging you can see from people's hands. So what I do is I put the sunscreen on the backs of my hands, and then I pat it onto my face. I am wearing makeup right now, and using the backs of the hands actually provides less pressure because you're just dabbing it. Korean skincare is all about no rubbing, no tugging. You want to pat it in. So you're doing the same thing as what you would do with a cushion. So the puffer we use to kind of just like pat in the sunscreen. Sometimes my husband calls this pounding in, because I do use a lot of pressure because I want to make sure that it's absorbed. But the backs of the hands will also do that without you having to carry around a makeup tool. And then don't forget about the neck. And then the benefit of this is multi-purpose, because I like to be efficient. Most people who are really busy neglect their hands, but you can get the same hand protection on the backs of your hands so that when you're out and your hands are exposed, because in the summertime we don't wear gloves, then you have the comfort knowing that you have sunscreen on your hands too. I hope that this video has been really helpful in you searching for your sunscreen. My other videos in this playlist talk about how much sunscreen you should be using, which is a really common question, and how often you should be tossing your sunscreens and replacing them with new ones. So stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, I do help people who are new to K-beauty build their Korean skincare routine, and it does not have to be the full 10 steps. And this can be done by integrating the products that you currently use, or if you don't have any products, I'm happy to make recommendations on simple and no fuss. So contact me through email, which is here, and in the meantime, subscribe and hit the notification button so that you can be told of any other videos like this one. Take care, and see you again with more sunscreen tips and advice.